Alright, boys and girls, today's lesson is lesson 6-8, rectangular grids for maps. When this lesson's over, you should be able to say, I can use a map scale, I can estimate distances on a map, I can use ordered number pairs to locate points on a map, and I can use letter number pairs to locate points and regions on a map. You should all know how to use the map scale for the most part, and you should be able to already know how to estimate distances on a map. We went over that in the past. So the main thing today is to be able to use ordered number pairs and use letter number pairs. First, let's go over ordered number pairs. When you have ordered number pairs, you're going to be looking at a grid that's going to be trying to locate things. And it'll have like a 6, 8. Just for example, that could be one. One thing you always need to know, this means over, this number means up. Okay? Always remember, the first number means to go over, the second number means to go up. Every single time. Do not be tricked on this. Sometimes people go up with the 6 and over with the 8. It doesn't work like that. You have to go over and then up. Okay? In the past when I've taught this, I've stood in front of the class and just basically yelled over and up, but basically that's all it is. The first number is over, the second number is up. Okay, same with the letter number pairs that we're going to be using. You're going to be seeing sometimes stuff like this, A, 3. That means you go over to A first, then up to 3 next. Obviously, that might be a little easier because the alphabet will be on the bottom and the numbers will be up. But that just tells you that you have to go over first, up next. So that is the main thing. If you write any notes right now, write that. Over, then up. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some coordinate grids out. Okay, so I'm going to put some dots, some spots on the grid here. I'll just make some up. Okay, not the greatest. Okay, I'm doing them right on the lines. I'm going to do some right in the middle, so then we can talk about that a little bit. But I'm going to make this one A, make this one B, C, D, E. Alright, so it says plot a label for each point of the coordinate grid. I'm going to only do to D, as you can tell. I only did to D. But, I'm sorry, I did to E. That E was hiding from me. Alright, so the first thing I need to do, I need to figure out where A is located. Remember, you go over first, then you go up second. Alright? I know that A is, if I go over 1, I'm going to go over 1, and I'll see the A's in that column. So it would be 1, and then I have to go up how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that tells me that A is at 1, 5. Remember, over then up. B would be at, let's see, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could look at if I go up here. So it's at 5, and the B is sitting on the 7, so 5, 7. Now C, I go over a little bit further and I get 8. I go up to 4, so it's 8, 4. Then it gets a little bit trickier with the D. I go over to 6, but it's in between 6 and 7. So that would be 6.5. Nothing wrong with having halves. Don't worry about that. And then we go up 1 because we're on the row of 1 there. 6.5 and 1. So you do not have this in your journal, so I might as well just for fun add a few more on here. Let me erase. Can't erase it. So all right, let me put in a couple more. Let's do this one to be, let's make that one F, and then I'm going to do a tricky one here, right in the center of the square. Okay, and then I'll do another one right there. So that would be, you got F, G, and H. Alright, I want you to write down in your books or something on your dry erase board or something what the coordinates are. Okay, what the ordered number pairs. Actually, this is ordered number pairs are for F, G, and H. Oh, I never did E. Let me fill in E here real quick. E would be over 3.5 and up 4. So that'd be here. Alright, so F. What'd you all get for F? Hopefully, you notice you went all the way over to 8, and then you went all the way up to 9. So it'd be 8, 9. I can't erase these lines, I'm sorry, they're still in there. And then G, I wanted to make tricky for you. If you go over to G, you'll be at 9.5 because you're in the middle of 9 and 10. And if you go up, you're at 6.5 because you're in the middle of 6 and 7. So you're actually at 9.5 and 6.5. Okay? Then H, you're going to go over 2 and then up all the way to 10. So it's 2, 10. Alright, now if you turn to page 161 in your math journal, you'll see the map of the island of Ireland. This is where we start using letter number pairs. Okay, letter with a number. Notice the letters on the bottom and the top, and the numbers on the right and the left. Same thing here. You go over first and up second. So it says Bantry is at B-1. We are going to go up over to B, then up 1. Notice we don't use halves here on a map because you don't really need to do halves here. Sometimes you need some coordinates need to know exactly where it's at, so you use halves. This is considering, because you can tell, this is talking about the whole box. A-1 would be the whole box because notice A is written in the middle of the box and 1's written in the middle of the box. They're not written right at the lines, like here, or 2, or 3 right at the lines is not right at the line. So because of that, it occupies the whole square. So we know that Bantry is at B1. If you look over here, you'll see B1. So Bantry's in there somewhere, but so is Skibbereen, and it looks like just those two are in there. And if you look around, you'll see let's see Gort right here. Let's check out Gort. It says C4. Let's take a look if we can find it. We'll go over to C, up 1, 2, 3, 4, and sure enough, here is Gort, along with Lugria, Ennis, Galway, and Ballinasole are all inside that exact coordinate. So, in your math journal on page 162, you'll see a campground map like this. Okay, notice, before we start working on it, notice that the numbers now are back on the lines again. Okay, so that means it doesn't represent the whole thing in here. It represents, if you want to get inside the actual square, you would have to use halves. So just kind of look at it, and here's your map scale at the bottom. That's what I said at the beginning. You understand map scales. Just take a look at them. This means paved roads, this means unpaved, this means a trail, river, camping area, picnic area. Alright, so if you scroll down, it asks you questions about it. Okay, so suppose you hiked along the lake trail. Actually, I'm sorry, this is the map scale. That was these are the landmarks right down here. Sorry. But this is the map scale. It tells you how big each is. So if you look at it, or how far everything is, the 2/10 of a kilometer is, each one of these lines is 2/10 of a kilometer. So if you went this far from here to here to here to here to here, that's 1/10 or 2/10, 4/10, 6/10, 8/10, 1 or 10/10, which would equal 1 kilometer. So I want you to take a look at the questions. So suppose you hiked along the lake trail from the fishing dock to the parking lot. Estimate the distance you hiked. Here's the fishing dock. Here's the parking lot. Now if you hiked it, let's see here. Now it says the lake trail, so you need to find the lake trail. The lake trail actually is going right along here. So if you hiked it to the parking lot, you would cover one of these, about 2, maybe 3, say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9, about 10, about 11 of them, and actually 11.2s would be 22, and make sure you put the decimal in the right spot. That would be 2.2 kilometers. So it's about 2 kilometers. We'll say about 2. Because you could add them up as you went along. 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1. 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8, 2. So I want you to work on the rest of these on your own. And as you can tell, number 5, it does talk about ordered pairs. It says use the ordered pairs to locate each item on the map. Mark a dot at the location. Next to the dot, write the letter given for the feature. So you will do this. You will find this location. When you find it, you'll put C next to it. For the boat, when you find that location, you'll put B next to it, and so on. That's the most important thing. Find the location and then mark it with a letter, just like I did at the beginning. So I think this is about it for today. I think we're going to be doing this one small group real quickly. We're going to work on this one on your own, but what you need to do here is it's going to ask you to find an animal and then find the coordinates for it. So we'll do the first one together. A mouse. Let's find the mouse is right here, which is in the A and 7. So the coordinates will be A, comma 7. Really easy. Most important thing, everyone, is over then up. Do not forget that.